Lars Ulrich's reflections on Cliff Burton and Jason Newsted avoid a simple better versus worse comparison, instead highlighting how each occupied very different roles and moments within Metallica's evolution. To Ulrich, Cliff was more than a bassist. He was a creative catalyst, a young scholar of music with a distinct voice who shaped the band's bold early compositions. When recalling the Master of Puppets era and the tragedy of Cliff's death, Lars often describes him as operating on a different level, someone who pushed the group's imagination beyond convention. The loss of that force, and of a trusted artistic partner, continues to define how Ulrich remembers him. Jason Newsted, in contrast, entered a band shaken by grief and still bound by the chemistry of its founders. Ulrich's reflections often portray Jason as resilient and tireless, the dependable presence who kept the group functioning through tours and recordings. Yet, Lars admits Jason never fully became an equal partner in the way Cliff had been. Over the years, Ulrich has conceded that the band mistreated Newsted at times, overlooking his contributions and projecting frustrations onto him. In hindsight, Lars acknowledges they were not prepared to face why Jason ultimately left, recognizing their own resentment as a factor. This honesty reframes Newsted's years in the band as both vital and undervalued. Musically, the contrast between the two bassists is central to Ulrich's perspective. Cliff's playing was daring, prominent, and compositional, an active voice in the music. Jason's style, by design, was steadier and more supportive, fitting into the heavy guitar and drum framework that Hetfield and Ulrich were shaping. This difference was magnified in the studio, most infamously on "And Justice for All," where the near absence of bass became a symbol of both Cliff's absence and Jason's marginalization. Ulrich has since admitted to understanding the practical reasoning for that mix, but also the personal toll it carried. Taken together, Lars's evolving commentary moves from grief and defensiveness toward humility. He now concedes the band mishandled much of Jason's tenure, while still honoring Cliff's unique genius. Ulrich's comparisons serve less as a hierarchy than as a lesson. Cliff was the visionary who left an unfillable gap, while Jason was the stabilizer who shouldered the cost of that absence. The deeper truth Lars names is that bands often mythologize their lost icons while neglecting those who keep the machinery running.